The game Stray is a cyberpunk adventure game featuring a cat developed by Blue 12 Studio, a small team based in Montpellier, France. So Viv and Kula, the co-founders of Blue 12 Studio, initiated the project originally named HK Project in 2015 after departing from Ubisoft Montpellier. They emphasized the artistic direction and conceptualized the core mechanics, including the protagonist cat and the companion drone B12. The producer, Swan Martin Raget, played a pivotal role in ensuring the project stayed aligned with its creative vision while balancing the limitations of a small team. He also helped refine gameplay mechanics, focusing on smooth cat-like movements and immersive environmental storytelling. The animator Miko and the programmer called Remy collaborated to capture the cat's natural movement. Their work involved iterative refinements over years to create fluid animations and responsive mechanics, ensuring authenticity in how the protagonist navigates the world. The publisher, well, technically not part of Blue 12 Studio, Annapurna Interactive was crucial to Stray's success, discovering the game in its early stages on social media. They provided funding, helped build the studio, and supported its development while granting the team full creative freedom. A little bit of the background of Blue 12 Studio. It was founded with a philosophy of maintaining a small, agile team. Basically, it's an indie team. Starting with just two members, gradually expanding to 28 people, each of every one of them bringing expertise to the table when it comes to game development. Their work reflects a passion for storytelling and attention to detail, making Stray a standout in both gameplay and artistic design. Stray is basically a third person adventure game with elements of puzzle solving, exploration, and stealth. It shares conventions with titles like Journey, narrative through exploration, Inside, platforming puzzles, and The Last Guardian, emotional companion dynamics. Stray's key innovation is its cat protagonist. So basically, you're very low to the ground and you're in a unique, low perspective, agility based gameplay and immersion in a cyberpunk world. Unlike typical action heavy games, Stray focuses on environmental storytelling, subtle interactions, and a mix of heartfelt and mysterious tones. Though this game is designed for players age 12 and up, targeting, of course, cat lovers, fans of story driven games, and those who appreciate cyberpunk aesthetics. Its straightforward controls and guided movement appeal to casual gamers, while its rich narrative, immersive visuals, and subtle emotional storytelling engage seasoned players. The game's focus on exploration and puzzle solving over combat makes it accessible, while its themes of companionship and discovery resonate with older audience. Its aesthetics, similarities to Journey and Inside, attract those who value narrative-driven and atmospheric gaming experience. The game basically take place where players control a stray cat navigating a dystopian cyberpunk city to uncover its mysteries and find a way home. The game combines exploration, puzzle solving, and stealth mechanics, leveraging the cat's agility to traverse vertical spaces, interact with objects, and evade threats like deserts and robotic sentinels. The companion drone, named B12, assists by translating robotic languages, storing items, and solving more complex puzzles. Stray features a linear structure with open ended exploration within levels, encouraging interaction with NPCs and environmental storytelling to progress the narrative and uncover the hidden lore. The character design in this game has to be one of the highlights of the game because it enhances immersion and storytelling. The cat protagonist is realistic and expressive, embodying curiosity and resilience. Its silent nature allows players to project emotions, deepening the connection. The drone companion, B12, complements the cat with its sleek, cyberpunk design and personality, marked by intelligence and vulnerability, offering narrative depth and functional gameplay support. The robots feature humanoid design with CRT monitor heads, each with its unique quirks and relatable traits, I guess, reflecting individually in a decayed city. Deserts, blob like antagonists, provide a stark contrast with their organic swarm like menace, symbolizing environmental collapse. In this game, Stray, gameplay centers on exploration, puzzle solving, and stealth, offering a unique experience through the cat's perspective. Players navigate through a detailed vertical cyberpunk city using the cat's agility to jump, climb, and crawl across tight spaces and rooftops. Environmental puzzles requires players to move objects and activate switches with key interactions such as pushing barrels or using light to fend off zergs. The game also encourages detailed explorations with hidden items and story-driven interactions with NPCs, such as translating robotic languages using the companion drone B12. The game's stealth elements are crucial for survival, as players must sneak past hostile enemies like deserts and robotic sentinels. This involves hiding in boxes or using shadows to avoid detection. Additionally, the cat's charming interactive behaviors like scratching surfaces, meowing, or napping add immersion and realism to the experience. The drone B12 further aids gameplay by carrying items and providing light-based attacks, adding layers of strategy for puzzle solving and combat evasion. Overall, Stray offers a mix intuitive mechanics and deeper explorations that both casual and experienced players can enjoy. This game's difficulty progression is, I would say, well placed. It allows players to gradually grow in mastery while keeping the experience accessible and engaging. While early on, the game introduces simple mechanics such as movement, jumping, and basic puzzle solving through interactions with the environment. These introductory tasks teach players how to interact with the world and the cat's unique abilities, like climbing and squeezing through narrow gaps. As the game progresses, the complexity of puzzle increases, requiring players to think more strategically, such as utilizing the B12's abilities to translate robotic languages or use light to repel enemies, Zerg. The introduction of hostile enemies like the Zergs and Sentinels also add layers of challenges, gradually teaching players how to sneak and evade through trial and error, just like a cat. The game's difficulty is balanced by its gradual introduction of mechanics and its use of environmental cues to guide players. Tutorials are subtly integrated into the gameplay, with new mechanics introduced in manageable segments without overwhelming the player. For instance, stealth mechanics are first introduced with basic encounters that are low risk, allowing players to learn how to hide and evade without facing immediate punishment. The game also provides opportunities to experiment, such as allowing players to explore the environment freely while engaging with NPCs or finding collectibles. By the time the game introduces more difficult sequences, players have had ample opportunity to practice and refine their skills. This design ensures that players feel a sense of growth and mastery as they move through increasingly complex challenges, while the game's tones and narrative maintain accessibility and emotional engagement. Here's where it gets interesting. The audio-visual design in Stray plays a crucial role in shaping the game's atmosphere, deepening emotional engagement and advancing its narrative. The visuals and sound work in tandem to establish the dystopian cyberpunk setting while also underscoring the themes of loneliness, exploration, and survival. The game's art direction is striking, blending a cyberpunk aesthetic with soft environmental storytelling. The city is intricately designed with neon lit streets, towering skyscrapers, and decaying narrow alleys, creating a sense of claustrophobia and isolation. The detailed environments invite players to explore every nook and crannies, while the verticality of the city, with accessible rooftops, pipes, and walls, reflects the cat's agility and perspective. The cat's design is realistic, with smooth animations that emphasize its feline behavior, such as scratching, stretching, and meowing, which add warmth and charm to the otherwise bleak environment. The contrast between nature, represented by the stray cat, and technology, the robotic inhabitants in the advanced city, visually reinforces the game's central themes of decay and lost humanity, echoing styles found in other cyberpunk media like Blade Runner and Ghost in the Shell. The game's lighting, however, further contributes to its atmosphere, which is soft, muted tones dominate the environment, creating a sense of melancholy. Bright neon signs punctuate the gloom, providing a sense of hope or lifeblood to the otherwise sterile, abandoned city. The use of shadows and light, especially in moments of stealth, adds tension, making exploration feel like pressurous balancing act. The sound design is equally important, shaping the emotional tone and supporting the narrative without overwhelming the player. The ambient soundscape consists of the hum of machines, distant drone-like noise, and the soft clatter of the cat's movement, making the environment feel alive yet distant. The absence of traditional voice acting places greater emphasis on environmental sounds and the character's action. This allows players to focus on the world itself and the silent communication between the cat and its robotic companions. Not to mention the music, it's subtle with the atmospheric composition that fluctuate between calm, reflective tones and more intense, fast-paced sequences during moments of danger. The use of minimalistic melodies with occasional electronic beats creates a futuristic yet emotionally charged soundtrack. It mirrors the pacing of the game, often quiet during exploration, but rising in intensity during critical moments such as evading the Zergs. The soundtracks draw from ambient electronic and cyberpunk influences akin to the works of artists like Daft Punk, and Hans Zimmer score.